recording.
Okay. Hi, I'm Madeline. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Candace.
All right. Well, I'm going to start by asking what brings you here today.
Well, I'm having some problems at the house with my kids and my husband. The kids have been staying out past curfew. They're not really trying to follow the rules. It seems like they don't really care about the rules. My husband's saying it's my fault because I'm not very authoritative with them. I kind of let them get away with a lot, and I guess you could say I'm more friendly than parently to them, if that's a word. And he's the authoritative. He's always the one trying to get them to do the right thing, and I'm here most of the time with them because he works out of town, and so he's saying it's my fault because I'm not making them do what they're supposed to.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is your children aren't really listening and they're kind of staying out past curfew, and your husband is really upset about it, trying to get them to listen, and you're more relaxed and just kind of being friendly with them and letting them do what they want.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, just tell me a little bit about yourself and your kids and those relationships.
Well, my kids are 16 and 15. They're both girls. They are actually my stepdaughters. Me and my husband have been married for 10 years. And this is the first year that he has lived away from us as a family unit. And he's always been the one who's made sure the kids kind of did what they were supposed to do. And I've never really had to be the one. I just took care of everybody. Made sure they made their appointments, made sure schoolwork was done, they ate, stuff like that. So now he's expecting me to do all of it, like be the person who instills punishment and everything else. And I'm not good at that at all. So that's just causing a lot of problems. We're not able to communicate mainly because of that. And then the girls say they're going to listen to me and they're not going to do it again. And then I give them a chance and they go out and it happens again. So I'm kind of just here. I guess I don't really know why.
Okay, well, I'm sure that's hard, having him away a lot, and you just want to, even when you do tell them what to do, they may not listen. How would you kind of describe yourself as a parent or as a person in general?
Well, as a person, I'm real laid back. A lot of stuff doesn't really bother me. It never has. I do expect respect as like an adult and as an authoritative figure. I expect a lot out of kids. And I think maybe a lot of issues could stem from when they were younger. I was very lax with them because I was unsure about punishment, maybe because I wasn't their mom and I didn't want them like trying to like see me as trying to replace their mom and those kind of things. So I was having a hard time, like I guess finding an in between. So I think I found it easier to just be friendly and go.
Mm-hmm.
But that seems to be the problem now, is that's what they expect. And now that I don't know how to go any other way besides that, with them and stuff. But I'm laid back, but I'm always there. I'm consistent. It's just not consistent with punishment.
Okay, so would you say that your goal is to just gain their respect, or maybe just have them listen to you a little more? Is that what you want from them?
Yeah, I would. And I know, like with anybody, respect comes. Most people don't just give respect. And you would think after 10 years there is respect there, and there probably is. It's just not for me being as the authority figure. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So overall, what would you say your goals for therapy would be?
Overall, my goals are to maybe be able to communicate a little bit better with my family as a whole. Possibly be able to explain to the girls how it feels with them not listening and kind of, I guess, walking over me. And then trying to figure out a way that we can come to a common ground if we can. And then, I'll say a lot. And then to maybe communicate a little more with my husband about how hard it is to me and why I find it difficult to be what he needs me to be while he's not here.
Okay, well, those sound like pretty ideal goals, and we can definitely work towards that. But just a few more questions. What would you say is your daily routine with your daughters and your husband? I know he's away a lot, but what does that look like when he's there versus when he's not there?
Okay. We'll start with when he's here, because he's literally only home for maybe a day every 2 weeks. So when he's here, it's all fun because, he's not home. So everybody's just trying to get his time when they can. And he seems to kind of like, be a lot more lax on them because he's not here. But I think that's because he expects me to step up. And we try not to fight when he's home because we don't see each other very often. It's not how we want it to be. So it's pretty good, I guess you could say. But when he's not here, my routine is I get the kids up, I get them ready for school, I make sure they get on the bus, then I get ready, I go to work. As soon as I get home, the kids have been home maybe an hour by themselves. And then I get home, I'm trying to make sure they do their homework, which that's another thing they don't really listen on. It's constant. I feel like I'm nagging all the time because it's not happening. Takes hours to get one assignment done. And then I'll get dinner done. And then sometimes I'll ask them for help, maybe with the dishes and stuff. And they just ignore me and the dishes stay in the sink. And I end up having to do it all myself. The same goes for cleaning the house or anything like that. It's just like immediately expected for me to do it because I'm mom, which I get. Yeah, it's not their job completely to clean my home, but it is their job to clean their own stuff. But again, I'm having a hard time getting them to do that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is there's a huge difference in whenever he is there and whenever he's not there. Would you say that whenever y'all are all together, who makes most of the decisions? And when decisions are made, how do you deal with that? How does he deal with that?
For the most part, when he's home, he makes the decisions. Like when it comes to the kids, he does. Especially like punishment or rewards and stuff. He makes those decisions. Mine's more just like how money is going to be spent, what bills are going to be paid, stuff like that. But for the kids not listening, that's him. He's the one who does
it. Okay. And whenever have you mentioned to your husband about how they don't listen? Do y'all talk about it often, or does he listen to you whenever you talk to you about it?
Not really. He doesn't really give me a chance to talk about it. Mostly it's just, you're not making them do this. Why? They're doing it because of you, and stuff like that. Or he'll come home and like just, I guess, talk down to my parenting style because it's not his. So that's where a lot of like conflict between us happens there. And I think there also might be a problem with the kids because they can probably like sense it, even though we try not to like argue about that kind of stuff in front of them. They're not, they're not dumb. They're not little kids. They sense things. They know things are happening. So I think that might be a good part of it.
Mm-hmm. Could it be that they can kind of see that he doesn't really listen to you sometimes, and maybe they just take that and they don't listen as well?
Yes, I could definitely see that as them, especially being like, well, he doesn't have to listen to you, and he's your husband. Why should we have to listen to you?
So as I've liked talking to you and kind of just figuring out more about you and more about your family dynamic, I would love to continue working with you, and I would love to facilitate change. I just want to know that you accept that you want to change and that it needs to be done, and that you're willing to work with me to change.
Yes, I am. I definitely get that things
Okay,
would be better if I could do it.
Okay. And do you think your husband would be willing to come in next session and where you could discuss these issues more and kind of work together?
It's possible. He has a very negative view of therapy. He might try to feel like it's like a couples counseling type thing. Maybe if I can try to talk to him and tell him it's not, and this is more like trying to resolve maybe if I could try to like just tell him it's trying to resolve my issue so I can become a better parent. Maybe that's one way I can get him to come. I do think it would be easier if we did via video like we are now. I think he would be comfortable being in our home setting than rather being in your office.
Okay. Well, I'm completely fine with that if you are. I would love to give you some homework maybe that you would do. Would you be willing to do some homework?
Yeah, what does the homework consist
It's
of?
nothing big. It's nothing big. So it would just be talking to your husband, maybe about how you're feeling a little bit, or if you don't want to talk about that, you could just ask maybe if he's just willing to come in next week or the next week just to kind of talk together, and maybe I could be like the facilitator and have y'all talk more about, what could change.
Yeah, I think I can try that as some homework.
Okay, perfect. Well, I would love to see y'all next week, and I look forward to seeing you.
Great. Thank you. It was very nice. All right. Bye.
All right, and just one more thing to confirm, would next Thursday at 9 a.m. be okay for you too?
Probably not. I don't think if I'm trying to get my husband to come, I don't think that's going to work very well with his schedule. Since he works out of town, it's better if we can try to do it on a day he's like going to be here, because I think it would be too hard to kind of do like a three-way video. Plus, I don't think he would sign in if I'm not there to help make him. I think this is coming up on his off week, so he would be coming home Thursday night. So that would put him Friday. As long as it's not early morning, I think I could get him to do it.
All right, let me check. I think I do have a 10 a.m. or a 1 p.m.
Let's go ahead and take the 1 p.m. That way he'll be awake and we won't have to worry about none of that kind of stuff. And it's after lunch, so nobody will be hangry.
All right, that sounds perfect. I'll see you guys 1 p.m. on Friday. It was so good talking to you, and I look forward to seeing both of you guys next week.